young man that's standing right here. You may not realize that this is the moment. Pretty soon, some already got their prom done already, got their next couple weeks got graduation. Just look, eventually you're gonna be at this place right here. This is a boys to men moment, all right? It's a boys to men moment. You know what that means? Marcus?
Transition to adult.
What does that mean though?
Responsibilities.
What does that mean though?
Be more independent.
Yeah. We like to say independent, but it's more interdependent, you know, most times. You know what interdependent means? Anybody know what interdependent means?
Depending on one another.
Not really. Kind of. Was it? You so? Nope, that's independence. Interdependence, meaning you have a responsibility for your part, and someone else is helping you along the way, right? Most time when you all go to college, you're not necessarily independent because you're interdependent. So if there's something going on, hey, mom, dad, that's independence. Independence is whatever happens in life, you are the sole person responsible for it. So there are steps to this. Right now, you all are dependents. Regardless if you got a job, if you're not doing everything on your own, you still have some dependency there, right? So the very important portion about actually having dependence, the independence and the interdependence, is knowing which one is there. We take advantage of dependence. We can make decisions, make mistakes, tear things up, wreck cars, do it right, and still someone else is responsible. Even though you're responsible too, but they're more responsible. So they're telling you things like do your homework, pay attention in school, do those type of things. That's an expectation because you are a dependent. Because at this point, if you were to stop, go out in the world, you cannot take care of yourself. Right? So when interdependence comes in, if you five young men are going to go into interdependence, there's going to be an expectation for you to, everything you've been taught, everything you've been shown, everything you've learned, to use them. And when you are in a point of questioning, confusion, scared, that's when you go back to your dependence and seek guidance. Why do I say guidance instead of permission?
Because you're responsible. So it's
When you, was it again?
It's not them who's telling you what to do. It's you asking them for these guidelines.
Right. When you're a dependent, those responsible over you tell you what to do, expect you what to do. Right? For the most part. Put the rules out there. When you're interdependent, those rules are yours, but you have some backup. An expected backup. And once you get into the world, then it's called independence. Where you can't go to mom and dad for every single thing. Grandma, auntie, cousin, Mr. Taylor, Mr. Souza, Mr. Nobles. Can't. Then the relationship becomes more of a mentor, a guide, a support structure, but you're responsible. So you, for five young men, you're all about to go to where we all have been. And it is not easy. You're going to make some of the hard decisions in your life at a young age. 4 things that happen in college. I'm going to give you the negative ones first. Drugs, alcohol, sex are going to be so easily abundant and accessible. But you must be responsible. You're there to have fun. You're here to get relationships, network, and to learn and to grow. You young men who are high school age, are you junior? Who's junior? Raise your hand, you junior? Juniors. You should be having a conversation with them year one after they get in to college and see what they're doing, how things are going on. For you seniors, don't worry about Kappa Alpha Psi right now if you're interested in it. Worry about your books. Because you don't get the GPA or the hours, you can't look at you at all. My letter don't do nothing to help you out. If you don't have 2.5 in some chapters, 3.0, in 12 or 15 or 24 hours, can't come to me. I can't help you. But that's not my goal. My goal is to get you to school, like and help and be a supplement for the parents of information. All right. I'm gonna stop before we get too much. We got a speaker today. For you juniors, you should be starting your thought process on schools right now, or job, or career, or military, or whatever, right now, because you get to the senior year and you get in the middle of it, end up to, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. We failed you failed yourself. You have plenty of information. Sophomore, raise your hand. You're a sophomore? Freshman? Oh, freshman. This is the beginning of what you're trying to do 4 years from now. If you're not doing your job right now, you got a whole year to make up, which is going to be difficult. So you want to get that big scholarship? Don't rely on sports. Don't rely on sports. We had an example last year with Elijah. 4-star athlete. Everybody wanted him. Tore the ACL, nobody cared about him. Now he made the football team for resiliency, but don't rely on sports to get you there. Because as soon as something hurt on you, gone. We saw it happen with Elijah last year. He still made it on the team this year in the mental state, but it took him a year and a half of rehab and mental clarity. So, this is real life. I don't want to scare you. I want you to have a realistic look at what's going on. Because you get there, you hear everything we told you, parents told you, out the door, they send you a phone call, yeah, I just got arrested for drunk driving. I just got arrested for assault. I just got arrested for having drugs on me. Happens every year. Not here, but happens every year in Kappa League somewhere. So, we have a speaker today. How you doing, sir?
Well,
Mr. Tori, right?
yes.
Everybody. Welcome, Mr. Tori. What's your last name, sir?
Abra.
Abra. Mr. Tony Abra is going to be here. He's going to talk to you about some financial things, right? So, Mr. Tori.
All right. Thank you. And you guys a little trinket too, man. You guys are looking really dapper in your outfits and all of that. Thank you, man. Get you one of those young men. Pair of shades. How you doing,
Yes,
sir?
sir.
It's a pleasure, man.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
pleasure. Well, as he indicated, my name is Tori Abra. I'm actually one of the CEOs for the Credit Union of Texas. All right. Now, I have a quick story I'm going to tell you. I want to talk to you a little bit about finances and education and health and wealth. All of it ties into one. Now, I was listening to the gentleman just a moment ago, and what he was sharing was so unique, so strong, and extremely true. All right? Now, I'm going to get back to that in a moment. I want to kind of give you guys a little bit about me and why I'm up here talking to you today. I heard that we have some freshmen in the house, right? Freshmen. How many sophomores? Juniors. Okay, all right. Man, you got a full mustache. I couldn't grow that till I was 30, man. What's going on? Okay, all right. Seniors. Oh, man, you guys are ready to rock and roll. You stick out all your hair and everything. I'm a little jealous, to be honest with you, right? So, I come from a very poverty-stricken area. I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago. Any of you know what Trinidad is? Okay, all right. Any of you from an island? Where you from, man?
Jamaica.
Jamaica, huh? How long you been here?
Well, grew up here. Family's from Jamaica.
Nice. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I see you got the same barber I got.
Yes.
So, I moved here in the mid-'70s. I was about 5 years old. You know, I'm from Cuba, which is about 20 miles away from Venezuela. Grew up in a Spanish household. My grandmother is Venezuelan. My grandfather went across the water, got her, brought her back to Trinidad, and started a family, right? So, you know, my upbringing was dominantly Spanish. My mom doesn't speak Spanish, but my dad, his side did, right? He moved her out there, they had me, and that started the whole little thing. Speed it up, they divorced, right? We moved back here, me and my mom. First place I lived in the States was Third Ward Projects in Houston, Texas. Any of you from Houston in here? Anybody? You from Houston, man? What part of Houston you from, Don? Fifth? Yeah, grew up in Third Ward Projects, man. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that means we can relate. I like that. So when I moved here, like I said, my English wasn't great. Y'all sounded weird, right? I still had all my beautiful hair, had the nice locks and all that. Looked like everybody else, but didn't sound like it. Coming up to Third Ward Projects, man, kids aren't as nice as they are these days, right? I was getting chased home every day. Like I tell everybody, I had to get good at two things: running real fast and fighting real good. Which one of y'all good at running? Who in here is good at fighting? I knew y'all. That's how they do it, man. Okay. Well, because of that, I learned a whole lot of stuff in a short period of time. I had to grow up really fast. I was the only child. It was just my mom. She worked 2 jobs. I wouldn't see her in the mornings because she left at 3:30 in the morning. I wouldn't see her till 10:30 at night. I'm 5, 6 years old. Now, some of us in here may understand those time frames. We had a key wrapped around our neck. I walked to school and I walked home. 5, 6 years old. I was a grown man, right? I unlocked the door. I went in the house. I fixed myself something to eat, and I watched the news all day until my mom got home. Worked on my English. Okay. I'm leading this up to explain to you how I got into finance. I was getting chased home every single day. I would get home, out of breath, go in the house, lock it, cut the television on. Back then, we only had a 13-inch black and white screen TV. We only have about 5 or 6 channels back then. UHF and VHF. Who in here know what I'm talking about? Okay, y'all old school right there. That's what I'm talking about, right? So, see,
Right.
and
Yup.
those 6 channels, only a few of them worked because the wallpaper wasn't quite so good on some of the knobs, right? So I watched the news every single day, and I wanted to be an extremely good-looking, handsome gentleman. Wear glasses. I didn't realize your eyes had to be bad to wear glasses, but I wanted to be like that. I wanted to be articulate, right? How many of you in here know about Troy Duncan, the news broadcast? Gummy, man, you real old back there. You know about that. So I would watch the news all the time, and I will never forget one day he said, "Hey, if you have any money to invest, you should invest in this great company. It's going to be huge someday, called Marvel Comics." I'm like, "Oh, okay." At the time, I was about 8, almost 9, right? Didn't think much of it. I watched Spider-Man and all the comics and all that on television on Saturday mornings only, because that's the only time it came on back then. After 10 o'clock, it shut down, and it went to other stuff, and everybody went outside. Didn't see your parents or anything else till that night when the light come on. You know what I'm talking about, right? We had all the sources we need. We had the water hose for water. You let it run for about 30 seconds, and it was ice cold, right? That's just how it was back then. Can't do that now. You take a drink out of the fountain, you're going to be in the hospital in about 30 minutes. All the stuff you're going to get out of that, right? But he said that to me, and I never forgot it. About 3 months later, my grandmother called me to let me know that my grandfather had passed away, and he had left me $3 grand. Yeah, I know. These days, that's not much money. Back then, it was a little bit. And she asked me a simple question. She called me Mr. T. She said, "Mr. T, grandfather left you $3 grand. What would you like for me to do with it?" I said, "I don't know, my dear. Maybe you should invest it in this company called Marvel Comics." She said, "What is that?" I said, "I don't know. It's what the white guy on the television told me to do, right?" And we kind of laughed about it, and we went on about our business. Well, to speed time up, my grandmother passed on. I bought my first house at the age of 25 in Cedar Hill, right off of Tidwell, Choice Home. Brand new. Had the J Drive, Brother Noble's on the corner lot. I paid 95 grand for it. I thought I was big time, right? Me and my wife, we taking pictures in front of it while they building it. I'm like, man, I can't believe I actually got a house. I grew up in the projects, right? So we sped that up a little bit. And I wanted to change my family tree. I wanted to do something different. I worked in telecom at the time. I worked for GTE, right? I was the New York and Texas roaming manager for GTE. I would travel to New York, worked off of Harlem, off of 125th Street. They out there fighting all the time over a $5 bill, right? But that's what I was accustomed to. But I was making pretty good money. I was making about $18 an hour. I thought I was big time, Doc. I thought I was big time. Bought me a brand new Expedition, had my brand new house and all that. But the key thing was I needed to learn something different about my money. Now, a lot of us, we grew up not really having much. So when you get a little bit, you want to spend it. You want to show people that you got money. We want to get the Chrysler 300, put the rims on it, put the TV screens in the back. You can't even see while you're driving. showboat, right? Because society held us down like that to make us think that's what we needed to do to show prestige. I sat down at my kitchen table one day and I told my wife I'm going to change my family tree. We as black people, we get our bills, we look at it, see how much it is, toss it in the trash, never pay for it, right? Let it build up. That's why credit was getting so bad, right? But I wanted to change it. I sat down at my kitchen table. That's where most of us sit down to take care of our bills and write out our plans. And I put my trash can on side of me. I said, I'm going to call these people and let them know that I'm not going to pay it. Maybe that'll make a difference, right? I'm 25. I'm still young. Got all my hair, right? So I called one lady up because I kept getting a bill in the mail that had my name and my grandmother's name on it that had passed away. And I called the young lady up. I never forget her name. Her name was Jennifer. And I said, ma'am, I was calling to let you guys know that my grandmother passed on. This is a pretty big bill. I'm not going to be able to pay it. It's a medical bill or whatever I'm thinking. Please stop sending it to me. She kind of chuckled a little bit, brother. And she said, sir, I would love to stop calling you and sending you this, but this isn't a bill. I said, well, ma'am, what is it? She said, it's your portfolio. I had no idea she was talking about. Portfolio, what is that? This doesn't look like a picture or photo to me, right? And she said, well, it shows here in 19 such and such, Lorraine purchased $3,000 worth of Marvel stock at $2.36 a share.
Ooh.
This is back in the days now, right? At the time, it had jumped up to about 65, 70 some odd dollars a share. I said, okay. Still had no idea what she was talking about because I was in telecom. I wasn't a financial guy. And she began to explain to me what it was. You know, here's your dividend payout. These are the stock options you had at the time. The market was bullish, but then it turned and became bearish. And I'm like, man, whoa, slow down. I grew up speaking Spanish, but I have no idea what language you're speaking right now. I grew up in poverty. Come up in the third ward projects. We was on Social Security and receiving welfare. Get the block of cheese, the bags of rice and beans. Not Captain Crunch, Captain D's. Some of y'all may not know what I'm talking about in here, right?
King Vitamin.
This man right here know what he's talking about. You pour some milk on it, it's going to stay hard for the whole day. It's never going to get salty, right? But I was like, ma'am, what are you saying to me? I told you I can't pay this. She said, sir, again, this isn't a bill. I said, well, what's going on here? She said, now, based off of what this is, I'm showing that your stock is worth this amount you see here. I was like, if I wanted this money, how would I go about getting it? She was like, just ask me, we'll cut your check for it. So, hey, cut me a check. I've never seen this much money before in my life, right? She said, whoa, slow down, sir. This is what we call a retirement plan. You're under 59 and a half. If you pull this money out now, you're going to be heavily penalized. They're going to heavily tax you. They're going to take a lot of this money away from you. Like, oh my goodness, that is crazy. I've never heard anything like that before. I said, well, calculate it up and let me know. She calculated it up. And she told me how much it was worth. I was like, oh my God, that's highway robbery. You guys are taking all this money away from that? Yeah, I'm so sorry. I said, yeah, that's terrible, but cut me the check. I still never seen that much money before in my life, even afterwards, right? She kind of chuckled and she said, well, this is what I'm going to do because obviously you don't know everything that's going on right now. It's like, I really don't. She said, I'm going to send you some information in the mail. I want you to read all up on it. I'm going to call you back in 4 weeks and we'll have this conversation again. And let's see what you want to do. I said, okay, we can do that. Hung the phone up, I received the stuff in the mail, and I sat down and I read every single thing it had to say. Now I'm educated on what's going on. So when she called me back 4 weeks later, my whole personality was different. My whole tone of voice was different, right? Because I had education like these brothers and sisters have in here. When she called me up, she said, okay, Mr. Abra, are you ready for me to cut the check? My whole tone was different. I sounded so educated. I said, well, theoretically, Jennifer, I think you should leave it right where it is. She said, what are you saying? I was like, well, it looks like here, it says that if I leave this right here and don't touch it, within 10 years, this amount will more than likely double. She said, well, that's usually how the market goes. I was like, man, so all these people make all this money just by putting some dollars on some toothpaste. They're giving up money to say, hey, in a later point of time, my Rice Krispie treats is going to pay me a lot of money back? She's like, yeah. I said, huh. So if I want to teach other people this, Jennifer, this is the biggest question I have ever asked before in my life. I said, if I can teach my mom and now my younger brother and sisters how to do that, how would I do it? She said, go back to school. Get educated on it. Get your securities licenses and become a stockbroker, open up your own investment firm, help people make money. I said, you know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. She kind of laughed at me, because she didn't believe it. I was a young black kid, still, good looking, and I didn't have all this on me. I could fit like you guys, right? But as soon as I hung that phone up, I got right to work. I went and got every security license out there. I opened up my own investment firm in Arlington, Texas, and I help people make hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars over a 12-year span. And I made a nice little chunk of change around the way as well, right? And to this day, I still haven't touched my Marvel stock because I learned about it. I'm leaving it for my grandkids. I have 5 of them now. I don't need that money. God's been good to me. I educated myself on how to do the right things with my dollar. And that catapulted me into getting into finance, golfing. I learned all this stuff about what one single dollar can do for you. How to take $1 and turn it into $100, and so forth, and so on. Now, all of this came about from the beginning of understanding that I have absolutely nothing. I myself, I am absolutely nothing and nobody. But when we all get together, we create somebody. Me by myself, I'm nothing, y'all. But all of you gentlemen together create a somebody and can change this world one person at a time. And that's what these gentlemen have you in here for, to get you to understand your presence and your purpose. It's extremely necessary. I'm also the Dallas ambassador for a Black Men Wellness event that's taking place next month. And we are changing the game because, as I said earlier, wealth and health run hand in hand. There are people that are extremely wealthy, but they have bad health. They don't live a long time. And because of that, they're not taking care of their family properly. They're having to use all of their money to take care of their medical bills, so forth and so on, because they didn't do the right things. Well, you gentlemen in here are extremely young and extremely healthy. But I promise you, the older you get, it changes. Remember, I had a full head of hair too once. You may not believe it. I did, right? But over a period of time, things change. You slow down. Your wisdom grows because you've gone through some things. But you guys are so young and vibrant. And you're around gentlemen that have a wealth of knowledge to teach you the right things to do so you don't have to go through some of the things that we had to go through. Now, I'm going to leave this with you because I don't want to sit up here and talk too much. I want to get some questions answered. When you understand your purpose as an amazing black man, as an amazing man in general, you realize it's about somebody you have not even met yet. When I came to this place way back in the 70s, I came here for a purpose and didn't know it. I came here to stand here in front of you gentlemen to this day and say, man, you guys are the future. We need you more now than we ever have. I want to be able to look back 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. I want to turn that television on again and not see Troy Duncan there. What's your name, man? Curtis. I want to see Curtis on that television representing a state, representing a city council, or being an amazing doctor, a lawyer, a business owner, running a large multi-million, billion-dollar company. And I'm going to say, man, I remember talking to that kid at this one event. And I said, man, you are something special. You are something great. It's all right here. If you can take that and put that seed in a nice little bitty pot of fresh dirt, right? And it's going to grow into something so special, man. You're going to look back at that thing and say, wow. Did I have a part in that? Absolutely did. Was it you that did it? Absolutely not. It was that up there that gave you the opportunity to do something special and do something great and change this whole world so that these men and women in this room can say, man, I'm so proud of what Curtis, what's your name? Javaris? Tavares with the T. What Tavares and Deontay. Voice D too. I'm scared over here. I'm scared of this dude, man. But you guys can do that if you put your mind to it. Okay? I became one of the CEOs for the Credit Union of Texas, not because I really wanted to, because I knew I had to. I'm the only one that looked like me over there. Every day I walk into the office, I go through an obstacle. Every building I walk into do a speaking engagement, I go through an obstacle. My assistant, they think my assistant is me because my assistant don't look like us, right? They walk up, hey, Mr. Tori, how you doing? And my assistant, they're so used to it. Oh, that's Tori over there. And I see their faces sometimes. They look and say, oh, Derek. Oh, really? And you know, I keep it real, y'all. I'm like, yeah, what's up? Because we can. I know the education is going to back it up. I know what comes out of my mouth is going to be something that's going to provide food for thought. And that's what it's all about. You children have that same ability. When you go to school come Monday, because school is almost out, right? Go and educate somebody. Say, hey man, I sat down and I heard from a gentleman who lost all of his hair, but he said some good stuff. And lastly, I want to share this with you. Are you saving? You saving your money, man? Why not? Say it again?
I haven't learned how to.
You haven't learned how to. Okay. What about you? All right. What about you, young man? Sometimes. All right. What about you? As much as you can. Yeah, like that. What about you? No? Same thing. You didn't even give me the full sentence. Same thing. That's it. Okay. What about you, man? Okay. Is your parents here? Okay. All right. I like that response. What about you, young man? You saving anything yet? Trying?
No, sir.
What you mean, no? You got the bling bling in your ears. You know. Okay. And that's okay because you guys are still young. The best thing you can do is sit down, look at your finances, look to see what you want to have in the near future. You guys have something we can give you any and everything you need. Back in the days, you had to fight hard to find a job. Go to the newspaper, you know, go to the class. Temporary jobs. I went through all of that. You guys don't have to do none of that. You can use your cell phone. You know what? I didn't want to day trade. You don't even have to have a license for that stuff anymore. You can go on Robinhood, purchase stock with some of your allowance. Do you know with $25 to $50 a month, if you invest it properly, you can invest that in what you call an aggressive mutual fund, and within 18 years you'll have over $250,000 off of $50. How many of you knew that? Okay, that's okay though. My homework for you, when you get home, look to see what your allowance look like. Some of you may have jobs. Simply take $10 of that, okay? Every time you get paid or every time you get an allowance, you take your $10, go to Robinhood, purchase some stock. I don't care what it is. You know, you can find the most common thing out there. Get radical if you'd like to. Go online and do some research. Ask GPT. What is it? GPT? Chat? GPT?
Brother Abra.
Okay.
Can we use Gemini?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gemini.
He's Google.
Exactly. What he said in the back. Go to Gemini. Ask him what kind of stock you can purchase. You put $10 on it. Every time you get some money, just put $10 on it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Forget about it. I promise you. You do that every single time you get some money for 5 years straight, you guys are going to thank me for that later. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop right there because I want to get some questions out from you guys that you may have about money. Go ahead, young man.
So you said like invest into whatever stock. Why whatever? Why does it get? Why wouldn't you like?
And that's the right question. That's what I wanted to hear from somebody. Now, I said in whatever because right now you're not doing anything. You said it's a work in progress. I would like to. I haven't started yet. But this is just something for you to start. Something for you to get acquainted with, right? If you start purchasing something, just simple $10, you can buy what they call penny stock. There's a lot of stock out there for $2, $3 a share. Just start buying it up. See how long it's been around. It's been around 2 to 5 years. It's going to stick around for a quick minute, right? And just buy it. It's going to go up and down. But just buy it and see what happens over a 5-year span. Go ahead, young man.
When did you find the value of the dollar?
So, the first time I truly understood the value of a dollar was when I hit rock bottom. That's a whole nother story, right? But in college, didn't do right, you know. Wanted to pledge an amazing fraternity, right? Thought I did, but I really didn't. Was with the wrong crowd. You already know what I'm talking about. And I can't represent because I didn't do what was necessary. But times are changing and everything will get back. It's a process, right? But during that time frame, I went through some things. I was scheduled to be in the Olympics in 1996. I was a high jumper, 4x2 relay, and triple jump. I was with Maurice Green, Mike Powell, all those guys. I had some skills back then. Can't tell now because I'm chubby in the belly, right? But everything went south, and my whole world crumbled, and I lost everything. You know, I dropped out of school, didn't finish all the stuff I needed to finish. I got married, that didn't go good. Became homeless, living in my car until it got repoed. Had to stay outside in the park because my pride didn't want me to go back home to my mom. I had two options. Back then, they had long lines of newspaper stands, right? And for some odd reason, the man up above, I always made sure there was change in those newspaper stands. I'd walk down all of them and would find anywhere from $2 to $5 a day that people left in those newspaper stands. And I had two options with it. I could go to the McDonald's, to the dollar menu to give me something to eat. Or for some of you men in here, I'd go to the nearest convenience store and give me a 24 ounce. Sometimes I'd go get the 24 ounce because I was depressed and sad, right? But that's when I realized $1 can go a long way if you do what's right with it. A lot of people didn't realize it. When I didn't have any dollars, I realized, man, $1 can feed me. $1 can change the way I think about things. When I would see people with $5 in their hand, I feel like they had money. The value of $1 was a game changer. I stopped going to McDonald's to get that. I stopped going to the convenience store to get that. With that $5 I was finding, I started pocketing it because I realized there was places around me that you could get some food for free. And then I got tired of that, and I did a long walk to my grandparents' house and said, I need to change my life. I was 20 at the time, right? And things started gradually changing because I made a decision that I wanted to do what was right, okay? But that value of $1 came way back then, and I never looked back since. Every time I get paid, even to this day, I take a certain amount, and I put it up in some investments, I put it up in some savings, and I still get old school. I put a little bit up in my savings, just in case, right? I suggest you gentlemen do the same. Realize what you have now before it's too late. Don't get flashy, don't get crazy. I still live beneath my means. Man, I could do all kinds of stuff if I wanted to, but for what? I had nothing to prove. I've been married 31 years. All my children are grown. My youngest is 26. My oldest grandchild is 9. I've been there and done it. All I want to do now is relax. Go to Turkey, see if I can get me some hair implants and grow my fro back. Don't laugh at me back there. I'm going to do it. Next time y'all see me this long, you're like, ah, dog, he did it for real. You're going to see it, right? What else we got? Yes, sir.
Has technology and AI impacted the way that you, operate in the stock market?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, there are what you call algorithms, of course. And AI has changed the game on so many different things. We used to have to do so much research before making a decision on a stock. AI now does it all for you. As I indicated a moment ago, simply go to Gemini. Ask him, hey, what's the most purchased stocks today? Ask him, what's the most convenient stock today? What's the most, what stocks are out there that you're guaranteed in income? You can ask that. It's going to tell you some things. And just try it out. See what it does. It's just $10, right? Y'all spend that when you go out. Go to the movies, how much you probably spend? About 20. Okay, keeping it cheap. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. But you can do those type of things, right? AI is, a lot of people are afraid of it to help guide you, right? It's like having a professor or an expert in technology and in investments right there at your fingertips. Why not use it, right? Give it a shot. If it doesn't work for you, leave it alone. But you have the option to try, okay? What else we got? Go ahead, Sarah.
What messed up the pledge process?
Say that one more time.
What messed up the pledge process?
So, back then, I went to a school, I don't want to call out the name, that no one was on the yard, right? Greek wasn't allowed. And there was some young men that didn't quite do what they needed to do, but they would come over to the school and take advantage of kids that didn't quite understand. I was young. As the gentleman said a moment ago, I was a freshman. I didn't know much about nothing, right? Come from, graduated from Lancaster High School, right? Not Lancaster, Lancaster, if y'all who don't know, right? And I didn't know anything about it. All I saw was, these were some amazing brothers, man, and I wanted to be like them. They were educated, smart, good looking, right? They did what was right. My mom and father were both ministers. So I always wanted to do what was right and good and give back to my community. So I saw this going on, and I asked, hey, you know, what would I need to do to get involved with this? And they gave me a rundown of a lot of different things. I mean, some of these brothers in here, like the gentleman indicated a moment ago, he told you the right things that you need to do. Well, I was told other things, right? And went through a whole process that was, I look at it now, meaningless, okay? I didn't realize that I didn't get things done the right way until I went to my first convention. I'm pumped up, fellas. Hey, man, I thought I was the man, right? You know, I get in there and I was, the other 4 brothers that went through that process with me, we all went together and was ready to go in and say, oh, hey, you know, all right, where's your information? You know, let's look you up. And gave them my information. We don't see you guys here. So I don't know, what do I need? And they started running down things that we needed, and I'm like, I don't have that. Well, sir, we hate to tell you, but you're not able to come in here. It hurt me to the core, but at that point I realized I didn't do the due diligence of research myself to understand what was right and what was wrong. I couldn't blame anybody but myself for that. And I went on with my life. Never gave up on, you know, giving back and doing right for the community, but I knew I had to take care of my family at that time and build myself up. And now I'm in a position to where I can get things done right, properly. I've talked to Brother Nobles and a lot of people. It's a process. Y'all don't give up on me. But one day when it's right, I'll be back in here. You guys are going to see me in here, and I'll be able to say it the right way. But until then, I'm still going to give back to the community. I'm still going to sit here and talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, about the right things to do, because that's what truly matters. And that's what these gentlemen are here for. They represent something that's a lot bigger than all of us in this room. But the most important thing is they're giving back and helping people grow and be something better than when they first walk through these doors. Right? Let's go. What's next? Go ahead, young man.
I just wanted to know, when would be the right time to pull the money once you put it in? Because, like, say if I go in and put $50 in my stocks, when would I be able to pull that money? Because, like, I mean, I'm setting myself up for the future.
Of course.
But I'm also $50 broke in 2 weeks. So,
Okay.
But also, what if something happens to me to where I can't pull that money? So where does it go?
Oh, man, I'm loving this. Man, you take it back. First thing, you're not $50 broke. When you purchase that, that's yours. That's $50 extra. That's a $50 growing machine you've invested in, right? As Jennifer told me years ago, and it's still proven true, the stock exchange will always come back up. It may fall, it may go through all these depressions and all that, but over a period of time, averaging anywhere from 5 to 10 years, the exchange will always go back up. So when you're investing your money in that, don't look at it like now I'm broke. You look at it like my future is going to look brighter every time I put that money in there, because I promise you, it's going to grow. Okay? Now, as far as understanding where your money is going, what you're going to do with it, as an investor, we ask a series of questions. You know, what's your purpose of investing? What would you like to purchase? What type of lifestyle do you want to have? You know, what type of foods do you eat? What type of clothing do you like to wear? There's a lot of different questions that ask to help us determine if you're going to be one of some of these particular words. Are you going to be conservative? Are you going to be aggressive? Right? Are you going to be moderate? That's the way you invest. A little bit, meaning, hey, this is money that I was going to blow anyway. I'm just going to buy something with it and forget about it. There's nothing wrong with that. And or, like all of you gentlemen in here, you're super young. So you should be aggressive because you can. You buy an aggressive mutual fund that ranges anywhere from 10 to 15% rate of return. It's going to fluctuate in the market, but it doesn't matter. You're young. You're not going to use it for the next 30, 40 years. These are those type of stocks, right? Because over a period of time, it's going to grow if you do the right things, okay? Now, if you're just looking to make some money in the next year or so, yeah, you got to do a little more due diligence. You got to see what's popping, what's most valuable, and what's most popular right now. AI is big, right? Farming is really big right now because of the economy. People are trying to get away from having to buy groceries so much because it's becoming more expensive. So they're going to growing their own food. Now, in order to grow stuff, you need what? Animals, okay. Soil, okay. What else? Seeds, yeah. Land. All of these things are the things you should invest in. You don't invest in food, you invest in stuff around it. That's what people don't realize. If you want to, invest in farmers, invest in the fertilizing companies. Invest in the irrigation companies. Those are the people that stocks are going to grow. Most of us have no idea about that. Why? Because no one's telling us that. But when you learn those type of key components, man, you can change the game. You really, really can. So do some research on whatever you may want to invest in and go around it. Don't go directly for it. Go for the things that's around it. That's where you grow your money the fastest. All right? What else we got? I got a couple more. What you got, young man?
Going into finances and learning, what stuck with you the most? What advice?
Going into finances, what stuck with me the most? Man, there's so many different things. The best thing I would say is trusting the process. Financing it has a process to it. It's not something that happens overnight unless you win the lottery, and the chances of that is very slim. But if you follow a process, if you sit down with someone like myself or a financial advisor to help guide you through these things day per day, week per week, help you come up with a financial plan, and you follow that system, before you know it, you've created a habit. You've created a habit of saving. You've created a habit of investing. You've created a habit of having money. It looks different. It feels different. You don't. Because you're not here to impress anybody. You're here to take care of yourself. And one day you guys are going to have a family. You're going to take care of your family. Take care of your health. Right? As men, we got to make sure that we take care of ourselves and our health. You can't take care of your wife and children if you don't. That's why we have so many single households. So many ladies that are having to raise their children by themselves because their husbands or babies' fathers didn't do right with their health and they passed on. I'm seeing it every single day, right? So that would be the biggest thing. Trusting the process. You trust the process, you'll see rewards. What else you got? Go ahead, man. You can make some money because you asked the questions. I love that.
Would it be a smart idea to put money into a company that's already at its peak? So could I invest in a company like Walmart still, or Target, something like that?
Okay. And yes, that's okay. That's more of a conservative move, okay? Now, what I mean by that is, let's say Walmart, prime example. Walmart is going to be around. They're self-sustaining. Amazon is going to be around. It's self-sustaining, right? Because of that, though, the pricing isn't going to change very much. It'll fluctuate maybe 25 cents down, 25 cents up. Now, if you wanted to put your money somewhere to where you know it's extremely safe and it's not going to go anywhere, put it there. And when, that 25 goes up, if you put enough in there, you'll see a difference. You pull it, or you have someone to take care of this for you. It goes up, a few $100,000, pull it. Get your money out of it, wait on it, because you know that 25 cents is going to drop back down eventually. When it drops down 25 cents, you take the money you made, you buy it again. Now you have more shares, you have more stock. So every time it goes up, you make an extra $1,000, you pull it out, right? That's a system in place. Now, again, that's a long-term way to make money. At the young age that you are now, you want what you call a balanced portfolio. You purchase some Walmart stock and Amazon stock, but you also look at some of these pharmaceutical companies. There's a lot of different diseases out there, a lot of different things that we're dealing with, cancer and all of this stuff. And there's research companies, sometimes they'll find something that's a trend. Beauty and cosmetics is a trend. Our ladies these days, they love going to get some cosmetics done. You find a good cosmetic company that's doing the right things and making them look even more beautiful than they already are, the stock is going to jump. But not for a long time. Once you see that, I'm going to invest in Dr. Such and Such's medical company. It goes from $2 a share to $10 a share in a week. Oh, if you put $10,000 in that, you've made you some good money. You pull that bad boy out of there, we'll buy you some more Walmart stock. It's safe. It's not going to do much. But now you've done something to grow your portfolio, right? And the list goes on. Go ahead, young man.
When it comes to researching different stocks, how do you know which ones are good And this is a non-group based on the research. How do you know when to invest in those certain companies? Like, I know you said you have savings, but the ones that are like a trend or something, this is going to go down. How do you know when to invest in certain companies?
Okay, and that's a good thing. You know, there's a gamble. Okay, you know, there's always a method to the madness. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. It's inevitable. The best thing to do is, like you said, you have to research this stuff. You have to have someone that's on your side that know a little bit about how trends work. They need to understand how stocks work. There's a balance. You have stocks, you have bonds, you have hedge funds. There's so many different things out there that you can invest your money in, and you play that little setup. It's almost like a chess game, right? Not checkers, a chess game, right? It's a big difference. A lot of people, oh man, it's the same. It is not. You have to wait it out sometimes. Sometimes you have to wait for something else to happen. Right now we're in, turmoil with wars and all of that stuff. Well, guess what? The economy is dropping, but the economy drops, so does the stock. And when the stock drops, people are panicking. Oh my God, it's not a time to panic. It's a time to go and shop. I'm a clearance purchasing guy. I'm gonna go to dealers. I'm not going to the newest stuff out. I'm going straight to the clearance aisle. See what I can find in here for $10 to $15, $20, right? It's a $300 suit. I got it for $40. Same thing with the stock exchange. When things are looking crazy and going down, you look and see what's in there. That Walmart stock that's normally $200, $300, $400 a share, it's on sale, $150. Buy it. Buy it. It gives you the whole trend of it. It shows 6 months ago, this Walmart stock was $400. Today, it's $150. Like I told you, every 5 to 10 years, it's going to go back up. Something's going to happen, right? That's when you purchase it. That's when you get it. You sit on it. Don't worry about $50 broke. You worry about what's going to happen 5 years from now when you've made all this big money, right? And you get ready to take your girl out. You're a senior, right? Oh, yeah. You don't have to just spend $20 at the movie theater. You can spend $50. Get us some popcorn with butter. Two more questions, guys. Don't get out of your way.
So he was talking about how you know when a company gonna peak. Like a company never gets to the peak if they keep going down and up and down and up. It's gonna keep growing. Like you never really reach the peak if it's
Ooh, I love that. Okay. Yeah, Johnny Crocker.
You just said a life learning experience. Trust me, young man, life itself never peaks. It's always up and down. It's a matter of how you receive it. How do you handle it? How do you take it? Right? How are you going to handle adversity? When you thought you were able to purchase this car, but you realized your credit wasn't good enough. So now you either take the car at a high interest rate because your credit isn't good, or you continue to walk or ride a bike. It's adversity. It's not what you thought, but you can still make it work. So when these companies, you say, oh man, it's at the highest it's ever been. You have to take advantage of that because you know eventually it's going to level off. Things are going to happen and it's going to plummet. Okay? It's going to go up and down just like life. Promise you. You keep living, you're going to see that things are going to go up and down for you. But when you feel, hey man, this is pretty good. I've never seen it this high before. Go and pull it out and reinvest it. Wait on it, like I told the other gentleman. It gets up to $300 and it's never been there before. You pull some of it out, not all of it. You pull some of it out because you made money. You see, you invested $100 and you made $100. You pull $100 out, leave $100 in. Now you're playing with the house money, as we call it, when we go, right? You got some house money, and you wait on it. When it gets low, and it's gonna kind of drop a little bit, and you're like, I know it's been at $300 before. It's down to $200. I got $200. I'm gonna invest $200, right? Because you know you're probably gonna make another 100 or so off of that again, and now you're just doubling your money every single time you do it. Again, it's an algorithm. It's a system. You have to trust the system. Okay? One more question. Yes, sir.
In terms of your experience as a business owner, what's some of the most important things that you've learned in that journey?
Oh man, that's a great question. So I didn't know anything about finances. I didn't know anything about running a company, a a business. When I opened my investment firm, I wound it up with about 15 agents working under my code. I was the principal of the office as well, so I had to manage every single thing they did. And you realize when you work for yourself and other people are depending on you, you look at the world completely different. I'm not looking to see how much money I can make now. I'm looking to see how much money can I help them make so they can take care of their families, right? And when you feel that type of a feeling and you do what's right by them and you see their life progressing and you see their families growing, there's a certain gratification out of that. You realize that you were put on this earth to help other people, right? And through that process, it has allowed me to do so many other things. You know, I have a lounge bus business. I have one lounge bus that I keep for myself, right? I have a certain circle of people that I pull it out for. When they want to go get something done or whatever, we pull the lounge bus out and allow them to use those services. Also have a staging company now as well. Stages for, you know, different events, small time events, singers and artists. They're specialty made stages specifically for their event that has all kinds of stuff on the top of it that they use as artistic pieces. Little things like that, again, is simply to help other people. It's not for me to make money. I do, but it's more so designed to help other people. People that typically couldn't afford to get a lounge bus for a special occasion for a birthday, they go and pay $400, $500, $600 for. When they can come to me for a fraction, because I just genuinely want to help, right? The same thing with these starving artists that's wanting to do something special in the world, but no one's giving them an opportunity. I find different places that they can go to and help get their name out there. You know, not everybody can be a superstar like Brother Noble's in the back. You know, the jazz player got all these amazing things going on. We've done a lot of stuff together over the past few months. Some people don't have those type of skill sets. But when you get that whole burn inside that says, man, I'm somebody special. I'm somebody great. And all I need to do is help one person change their life. And through that process, it's going to blow up like a Scud missile. And next thing you know, you're helping so many other people. Same thing, right? That's what I got out of it. Okay. I want to make sure that I address everybody in this audience. Get to the airport. I have to be there at 5, and I still got to go back home and get comfortable, of course. But for the people in the back, your parents, right? I hope I was able to impress something on to you all as well. Gentlemen in the back, the Black Men Wellness is coming up on the 2nd. It's going to be in the Fair Park grounds. If you don't go to the doctor, if you haven't got checkups, we're going to have free stuff, free checkups on everything, blood, whatever. You come out there, we'll get you taken care of. We have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. We're living in the time and days right now where the whole world is against us, but as we've always done, we've always prevailed. We've always came out on top, and we're in the process of doing it again. Ladies, same thing. Help take care of these men. My wife has to take care of me all the time. I don't know what I'm doing, right? Grew up in the Third Ward Projects. I'm just happy to be alive. But my wife, she's got me now. You know, I don't even drink sodas. I haven't drank sodas in so long. I'm finding myself drinking probiotic drinks. Because I don't know. She's got me drinking, and it tastes good to me. I didn't know. I'm eating more veggies than I ever had, right? Sparkling waters. It's to the point now I don't even have sugar. I drink a sparkling water. Oh man, this is too much sugar in it. People look at me like I'm crazy. Because it's all about health. Changing the game. I never thought I would drink beet juice. Now I love it. It helps your blood.
Energy drink.
Oh,
Energy drink.
hey man. Those type of things will make a difference. And ladies at the same time, help your husbands and men manage their finances properly. We like to, you know, I'm going to just keep it real. We like to have our little old account on the side that nobody know about in case we want to do something and we know our wives ain't going to let us do it. I can go to my personal stance. I'll go to my bedroom and lift my mattress up while she's not around and grab it from my bun there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But it's all about making sure we use our money properly. Don't go out and get the fanciest thing out there. It's unnecessary. I didn't realize that, brother, until I got over 50 plus. Now I look back and say, why did I buy this car? I don't even drive it. Why did I pay all that money for this car? Right? Take your time, do what's right, and impress it on the neighbor next to you. Pay it forward, as they say. Help other people make the right decisions. That's what it's all about. The gratification is so amazing. The blessings that come from that will change your life tremendously. I wake up every single day thanking God, feeling like, man, if it gets any better than this, I feel like I've already died and I'm up in the upper room kicking it, right? So let's take our time and change the game one person at a time. And you gentlemen, man, you guys get my information from Brother Nobles. You guys need me for anything, you give me a call. That's what we're here for. I may not answer right there on the jump. Send me a text message. I know that's what y'all like to do anyway. Let me know, hey, Mr. Tori, this is Curtis, man. I talked to you at the event, and I had another question. I promise you I'll get back to you, and I will answer your question the very, very best I can, because I was once you guys, right? So in saying that, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Brothers, thank you guys so much for allowing me to come out and speak, man. This has been an honor and pleasure. Let's change the game, one person at a time. All right?
You're the first recipient of a new book called Sell Out. You're going to sell yourself out for the world. And so you get the first copy there. First hard copy.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
All right.
I'm happy to get you to come out and talk about this book, man. I'm going to read this thing. I hope you're ready.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you guys so much.
Everybody. Okay, one more time. Let's go. Come on.
Let's do it.
That picture.
All right. Boss man,
Come on. Yeah, he all physically fit. He made me sick.
Who got the camera? Who taking the picture?
You can take mine, right?
Oh, I'll shoot live.
Y'all don't mind taking this picture?
Yeah, hold that for a second.
Yeah, just hit that white button. Thank you, man. Come on in here, man. Y'all record my way. Really? Just stand up. One more, guys. One more. Come on in here.
Real quick. We gotta go. We gotta catch the flight.
Cutting it close for DFW. If you are shorter than the person in front of you. Let's see here. Brother. There we go.
Hold on to this book too, man.
Last step. I get my other three.
One, two, three. I'm gonna get another.
Hey, guys. Hey. So I normally need about 30 to 45 days, but please send me the information on when you need how many people you're feeding. If I can't get the truck out, at least get my people to come out and we can still feed you out. We'll just serve ourselves.
So we gonna set up. We gonna set up for the singers. So this person over here, let's push this person over back and bring these two tables over here up in the front. When you coming back?
I'll be back Thursday. Yes, sir. All right, you got you, man. All right, gentlemen.
He's doing.
Okay. Hey, man.
My name's Sam Rice. The one in the gray hat, that's me.
Hey, you guys been that other table?
I would like to get with you. I do live event videos and whatnot. In fact, I just did a sumo wrestling competition this past weekend. Yeah, switching and live streaming and everything like that. So I would like to get with you.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah, I know you gotta go. I just wanted to be able to introduce myself first before you build out. And when you got that random text message, you know where it's coming from. Thank you, brother. I'm using that phone right now, but I'm Sam. Nice to meet you, brother. Like I said, the gray hat, you want to go into Maryland, Eastern Shore? Huh? Well, he would have, but no. I know Eastern Shore. He could have played basketball. He do play basketball. He's not gonna play with sports. That boy's going there straight on academics. Yes, sir. Yeah, Eastern Shore. Yeah. You missed. And high school. Yeah.
Congratulations, man. You know how to play that out, dude. Just a little bit.
Somebody's coming out. That's what seeing that he is a bit of a Renaissance man, he plays the trombone and the tuba, and he's getting started on the trumpet, you know what I'm saying? He's going to as a band. And they're looking at what? Dude, I just gave you that.
Wait a minute, you put this together?
No, I didn't put that together.
You put this together?
No, okay, the picture of my son in here, I literally just gave him that picture this morning. He did that.
Now, what kind of filming do you do?
I do live events, multi-cam switching. I'll do a spot, a college spot, or anything like that.
So I do some media work. I also have a foundation, so I'm gonna send you this, but I'm done.
Oh, definitely. This is what networking is about.
So here's my card. Just text
Oh,
me.
I will do exactly that. Look at this.
This is a very important thing for these young men. We want to make sure that we capture the opportunity for them to actually let us know where they're going to go and why they're going to go. So, as you said, tell who you are, where you choose to go, what's your plans. If you're majoring in college, you're going to college, you're going to major in. If you're going outside to the workforce, where you're going to try to go into. You want everybody to know what's going on. So I'm gonna. I made this for you all. So I'll take a look for a quick one second.
You guys want to put on your glasses when you make your announcement?
That was fun to see the Parker.
Well, they were. Y'all see y'all sitting there? Yeah, nobody in Kappa League got this type of all right, so take off the plastic. We'll have a picture going on.
That's bad, bro. You need to get excited right now.
All right. We'll put the music down.
I'm 8-3. I'm going to college next year.
Oh, no, you should let them yell it over the music.
All right. So, we're going to start off on this side. Let's put the foot back a little bit so we're on the floor. A little bit. Back a little bit. Pull it down a little bit. Okay, on the floor. All right, cool. There you go. Straight. All right, cool. Great. All right. Before, but we said this year we're going to make sure it happens so we can celebrate these young men. We're going through a long, tedious process to get through high school. Some they think it's a big deal, a small deal, but it's a big deal, right? They're going, this is like a rites of passion. They're about to go into the world. Maybe it's going to be, maybe whether it's going to be a university, a community college, military, trade school, or OJT. Whatever we want them to do something afterwards and be intentional about their actions. So for months I've been on them pretty much saying, hey, what's going on? Let's have a conversation. You don't know right now that this information is up, so you know. All right, so you join you.
Marcus, one thing.
Yeah.
Can we do one thing?
Yeah.
Can we kind of bring that front row back a little bit?
Yes.
So they can take that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Just go back. I got you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I mean, I was just if they can take the front row out and just use this seat right here.
Just say that, bro. Hey guys, y'all move it over here. We'll move the chairs aside over there. These chairs are like on the side.
Oh yeah, let me turn that. Thank you.
Just go ahead and turn to the side. That way we get a feel properly.
So can we still sit down?
You can sit down. Just give it, that way they have a clear shot.
The chairs that aren't being used, we can just start stacking them.
I didn't even know we were out here.
All right.
Let me get out y'all's way.
You know. That's good.
Let me get. You guys got two.
Let me steal one of these seats from y'all. Oh, this will work.
Oh, I mean.
That table problem on that side.
All right, so like I was saying, we only got so many minutes right there. We got to be here at 4:30, so I want to make sure we get the information out as soon as possible. But keep enough time while you speak. All right. So we're going to start from left to right, my left, their right. So first person will be, you set up, tell everybody your name, where you going, why you choose that, and what you're going to major in. Speak up loud, so right here too.
So my name is Brian Sanchez. I chose to go to NCTC, North Central Texas College. I want to major biology and study the body, and then after that, I want to go to medical school and be an anesthesiologist so I can help save people.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Got Mr. President next.
Wait.
Carter Jackson, and I will be attending Prairie View A&M University for kinesiology.
PV?
Nope. And I want to become a personal trainer, and I'm just really interested in how the body operates and moves and ways that I could help for training and skills development. And so that's what my plan is.
My name is Kevin Green. I will be attending the University of North Texas. I'm majoring in psychology and neuroscience. Just because like the brain is like the most important thing in the body. And if I can help somebody manage their brain and what's going on with them, then I help one more person in the world.
How y'all doing? My name is CJ Jackson IV. I'm 100% committed to UMBS, University of Maryland Eastern Shore. I'm a major in environmental science and get my bachelor's in that. After that, I'd like to get my PhD in marine biology. I want to explore the world, rescue sea animals, become conservationists, protect our oceans, and hopefully sometime down the road, open a company, a charitable company for rescuing marine wildlife around the world.
How y'all doing? My name is Trent Floyd. I will be going to the University of North Texas. I will be majoring in kinesiology. Then for my future goals, I will be doing physical therapy, and I will be getting my PhD in that. And I just want to help people work on their body, especially in sports and all that. And yeah.
How y'all doing? My name is Jordan Williams. I chose
I chose Austin Community College for the first 2 years. After I graduated with my associates in fashion design and cinematography, I'm going to Clark Atlanta or LSU.
All right.
In the year 2030, I have my bachelor's, I have my BA, my Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Design, and I have my MMA, my Mass Media Arts, with a concentration in TV production and cinematography.
Give it up for him, give it up for him. Now, one thing I don't know for you guys, Jordan is actually creating your next year's paraphernalia. So the next bunch of clothes, he's created them. He's already started creating those paraphernalia. So once again, we're gonna be the flyest looking Kappa Leaguers everywhere we go. So they're gonna be jealous for. They'll be jealous. So questions right now. So this opportunity to question the young men on what the decisions are, why they make those decisions, and so forth. If you have any questions, so this is the opportunity.
Well, I would like to hear from everyone. What was, and I guess we can start here and go this way, if we can. What made you choose the school, and what impact do you want to leave? What mark do you want to leave at the institution which you would be going to as a student?
So I chose,
Speak up.
I chose the school because I went through 1 year at NTTC and then transferred to TSU. And then the impact I want to leave is just helping anybody, really. I just want to help save people's lives. Seeing my coach passing away made me feel something, so I just want to help prevent that.
Wait, which TSU?
Texas Southern
The
University.
only one that matters.
Texas Well, some people care about others.
I am attending prayer because the people that I've met there, they're all striving to do well, or they all have done well in their respective fields. They seem determined. Everyone that I've met is like, they know what they want to do and they know that they're going to work to get there. And what I want to leave behind, I want to impact the community around the school. In the area, I was looking at food security in the area around PV, and the rates are pretty high for food insecurity. So I want to implement some things to allow people to be comfortable in their living. And that's something I want to move that further.
All right. And is there anyone that you see here today that will help you make that decision?
I'm a board member of Prairie View. Middle school alumni, so I really highly favor to go there.
He's always saying that you attended PV and that was a big part of his decision. So how did
You got 30 Kappa Leaguers going to TV.
They need to give us a commission.
Well, I chose UNT because like it's not too far from home, but it's still far enough to give us some independence. And the impact I would want to leave behind is I'm a very social person, so if I could be that social with a lot of people, if I could help a lot of people with me majoring in psychology, different things, maybe open like a wellness thing on campus or something like that to help people, because college, as he said, is a big transfer from high school to being on campus. So if I could help with that, or break some depression when I get my sophomore junior year, I think that could really help a lot of people.
Okay.
Also, I work at University of North Texas. I'm now TSU.
Now I graduated from university.
See? What's your on this?
Why I chose UNES, actually, well, partially, I chose this school because I wanted to get away from Texas. That's the partial answer. But the real answer is that a long time ago, my grandfather used to teach at UNES, which I recently found out about. And one
thing that I believe in is that real wealth is generational, and as long as you can keep a legacy going, that's what makes you who you are, is who came before you and who's going to come after. So I believe in keeping that legacy strong. My grandfather was a well-known Kappa member. He did very prominent things for his community that he lived in, and honestly, I want to let everybody know, and let the world know that, like, about my grandfather's legacy and my legacy that I want to leave.
Born since he was born.
The reason I went to the University of North Texas is because it's close to home, financial reasons. I just want to be surrounded by a lot of people who push me and what I want to do, and networking and becoming a better person, and just having different opportunities on the way, and just being more extroverted.
Okay.
I chose ACC in Clark, Atlanta for a lot of different reasons. ACC specifically because I go to Prosper Richland High School. If you Google Prosper Richland High School and you Google ACC, it's the same building, it's the same thing. But specifically because fashion design is such a tedious and such a minuscule venture. It's not really, it's more of a program. It's not really your communications, your business, your finances. It's not really amazing that's on every single campus, and to find one is pretty hard. And then they don't have dorms, they got off-campus apartments. And Clark, Atlanta, because it was a funny story. One day I was in the kitchen and me and my mama was talking about school, and she brought up Morehouse. Morehouse is a great school, but then Morehouse is an all-boys school. So I was thinking, I was like, no. But then Morehouse is right by Clark, Atlanta, right next to Spelman, and next to Morris Brown. So I was thinking, okay, let's look around. Spelman is an all-girls school. I can't go there. I don't want to go to Morris Brown. Clark looked like somewhere where I would be, and HBCUs are meant to help us because it's not, I wouldn't say it's a trend to go to college. That's why HBCUs are a thing, to make it trendy and make it popular for us to go to school, for us to be something of society, and to set up there to do so. And also to go to LSU. I'm from New Orleans, and I've been wanting to be a Tiger my whole life. So, go Tigers. But both schools have my major, and both schools put me in the best position to do exactly what I want to do and get the certification and degrees that I want to. And once I graduate in 2030, I have 3 of them.
Thanks,
so
man.
I can't wait to go.
Yes.
All right. Anything y'all want to ask anybody out here about college?
Mr. President, do you plan on being president of anything at Prairie View or anything?
Like what I was saying with food insecurity, I wanted to start an organization on campus dedicated to food insecurity. So I would lead that and initiate that. So absolutely.
TV does have a farm. If you got Dr. Jackson, if you got him, I'll give access to him because they have their own farm. But PV is the second largest landmass university in Texas, behind Texas A&M.
Question, son. Oh,
So for you up at the table, what do you think that you did well to get to this space for those individuals over there to be able to be at this table? And what do you regret that maybe you haven't done that you could have done? Leave them with some advice.
I'll go first. I'd say being more consistent. I mean, I've been consistent, but something I regret is not applying to enough scholarships. Yeah, I'm still doing that right now, but yeah.
Something for throughout my high school career that's really impacted me is stepping out of my comfort zone in terms of being social. I was dead quiet in my 8th grade, 9th grade years, and I really expanded my comfort zone, and it's like my network. It's really important to make connections. Connections are resources, really, and they can teach you. You can learn from each other and build off each other. So that's something that I think I've done well. And something that I haven't done as well is what Curtis said, consistency. Just like being determined and making a step forward every day. It's extremely important, and sometimes I've fallen short in doing that. But it's something that will impact your life for the betterment of yourself. Sir.
Please, if you're not in high school, if you're going to high school, please lock in. Everything is locked in. Everything that you think is important, everything that you think is cool, everything that you think matters, you don't. I remember my first day of freshman year, and I graduated, please, it can be by like that. Lock in, and people around you are there, the source that they can help you and take advantage of it early. Something I did early was being prideful and realizing that I want to do it all by myself, and then realizing there's so many people around me that help me. That's the purpose of this, that's the purpose of them, that's the purpose of them. Everybody around you is here to help you. You have to swallow your pride and realize that you can't do it by yourself. Nobody can. Lock in, bro. And then it's fun. You gonna love it, but trust. Trust. You gonna love it. But have fun. Don't be so caught up in trying to do everything right because you're not. You're gonna do everything wrong trying to do everything right.
I would say find a group that fits you. Don't try to fit in anywhere. If you play football, basketball, try to find a group outside of that. Like you said, don't rely on a football or sports scholarship to get you there. Like, and I'm trying to find people that are like on your level, because some people in those football, basketball groups are not gonna go to college. Like, you have to find the people that quote unquote marrieds or whatever. Like, those are people that are gonna go to college. They're gonna be like some millionaires, like in a tech company. Or
Elon Musk.
that, yeah, like that, bro. Like, find a group that fits you. You don't have to try to fit in anywhere.
I'll say, when it comes to stuff like college, don't. One thing I wish I hadn't done is wait. There's a lot of stuff that I missed out on, money I missed out on, and realizing that mom and dad not gonna do everything for you. Some of that stuff you gotta, like, when they teach you the first time, listen. From things like even things that seem as mundane as ironing clothes, learning out, figuring out.
The library is closing in 30 minutes. Please complete computer projects at this time.
Finding a job, figuring out what to do with your money, listen to stuff like that, because and also don't be so focused on for y'all over here. Don't be so focused in your high school years on things like social life and trying to be popular that you miss, that you end up endangering your future because certain things aren't done, and you'd rather go hang out than take care of what you need to do, so that you're not still in high school 5 years from now.
Everybody that was popular in school is supposed to go now.
Yeah, I mean, and it's cool to have a social life. You want to do things like, you want to be a rapper, do that. You want to have soccer, do that. But what I have learned is that in this world you can't really get that far without that piece of paper that says you went to school. So, I mean, honestly, just make sure you stay here and then you can do the rest. The rest gonna be easy. Something like that.
Brian?
I love that.
I feel like just step out of your circle, find more opportunities. One thing I really regret is not going out for more opportunities. An opportunity I really did like is going to Kappa League. But yeah, another thing I regret is not going early enough. I joined this year, so that's really it. I really regret. It's just not finding more opportunities.
Since we're kind of focusing on financial wellness today, and so there's one kind of saying that I like to use: your network is your net worth. So, not being the smartest one in the room
adds value. So you're networking with people that can add value to you. You can learn from. If you're the smartest one in your circle, you need to expand your circle. Other thing is, if you're having to always be the bigger person in your friend group, you need to stop hanging around so many small people. Right? You don't always have to be the bigger person. You're adding value. You want to have what we call high value interactions. So you can add value to the people that you hang with, and they can add value to your life. If that transaction's not happening, since we're, again, financial wellness transactions, if that transaction's not happening on a daily basis or with the people that you're sharing your time with, then we need to change up, right? So be always looking for adding value to your life, and then you're in turn adding value to others. Be sure that you're taking in some new knowledge that you can, when you're sitting around with your friend group, just drop it on them. You never know when you're gonna plant that seed in somebody's life, and then, like Brother Abra said today, you're gonna get a return on it. They'll get a return on just, from knowing you, and then adding value that way. So your network is your net worth.
Oh, well, good juice right there. So, yes,
No, I don't remember. On the back of that, when you were saying about like get a phrase they can like value off of, my uncle always told me, and like it never stuck with me until like now, that he would say that he would rather be a big fish, or he would rather be a small fish in a big pond, rather than a big fish in a small pond with other small fish.
That's true. And you're 100% right. Right now, you're going from a small pond. You might be the big fish on we call it the BMOC, the big man on campus. Right? So you go from being the BMOC to TSU or wherever you're going, and now you're amongst all the BMOCs. Now you're going to be trying to figure out who's going to be the biggest BMOC. But you don't have to do that. You just continue to be consistent, be who you are, and your light will shine. Remember this, guys. A candle doesn't lose any light by lighting another candle. Okay? Take your light, and just wherever you stop, wherever your feet are planted, light somebody else's candle. It's not going to dim yours at all. That's a problem we have in our community. We think, hey, my light's got to be the brightest one. We don't have to do that. Everybody that you come in contact with, light their candle. Boom, boom. In the Olympics coming around, they hand off the torch, right? Think about this. When they hand that torch off, what does it do to the guy that had it first? It leave him in the dark. So you don't have to hand the torch off. You light the candle instead of passing the torch. Roger that? Light the candle, and that way you lighten up that light is just spreading everywhere you go. And the light comes from above. Your light is inside of you, is coming from the man above. All right, take that with you. And then last thing, I know we got to wrap. We talked about investing today. The thing about it, keep this in mind, young men. The biggest investment you can make is paying your tithes. Because the word says he will open up doors and windows if you just give him that 10%. Before you go invest and buy any stock, before you buy a burger, before you do anything else, take that 10% of whatever your increase is. It says your increase, whether that's a job or whether that's grandparents give you $10 or $100, whatever they put in your hand. They get, like they said back in there, I'm gonna give you a little piece of money. Right? Take a little piece of that money that they gave you and give it back to God. And watch what he'll do for you. It'll grow bigger than any stock that you can ever invest in. And not only will it give you financial blessings, but you're going to get it spiritually as well. All right?
All right. Thank you, great brother. Thank you, brother. I jump to young man. Now, did y'all have time to take pictures with the young man at the front? You have any time for that? Yeah, real quick. Let's do it in 5 minutes. You doing take pictures?
Oh, yeah.
So parents,
We can break down.
You want to take pictures? You can take pictures before we do our breakdown. So, hold on. What?
Alright.
Did your parents want to take pictures with the baby?